Cut the music. Cut the music. This movie sucks. I... Had to let it out. But today, bringing you my rant on the 2015 film Knock Knock, starring Keanu Reeves, directed by Eli Roth. And I haven't seen a whole lot of Eli Roth stuff. I know when he directed the Hostel films, and he directed the Death Wish remake with Bruce Willis, which I've heard some decent things about the film. But this movie, it sucks. This movie stinks on the Keanu scale of bogus to excellent. Utah, give me 2 fingers. This movie deserves 2 fucking fingers because it sucks that much. Keanu, and I've doing this Keanu-thon, I've seen a couple of bad ones in the bunch. Babes in Toyland's pretty bad. When you got, Keanu and Drew Barrymore in the film, early film for, Keanu Reeves. But early in that film, singing this song about Cincinnati, and that's annoying as piss. And the film is batshit. But Babes in Toyland, Under the Influence is painfully dull. TV movie he did with Andy Griffith called Under the Influence was painfully dull. Flying is pretty bad. Kind of surprising I didn't go more ranty on that. Siberia is pretty bad. But this takes the whole cake. Knock Knock is easily Keanu's worst. And again, I've mentioned Siberia, which is pretty bad. Babes in Toyland is pretty bad, but it's batshit bad. Under the Influence is painfully dull. Replicas is bad, but that's, forgettable bad. Knock Knock is downright abysmal. It's downright embarrassing. And the story here with this film, you have Keanu Reeves, he's his father, and it's around Father's Day, Father's Day weekend, and his family, takes a vacation, they go to the beach or whatever, and he stays home to work. And one night, these 2 ladies show up, soaking wet from the rain, and they're stranded. They're trying to get to a party, and, at first, things are a little nice because, they're acting all nice to Keanu, and, long story short, Keanu lets them in because, again, they're soaking wet from the rain, and they want to use Keanu's phone to get a ride. So Keanu, as a nice gesture, lets them in, and, calls an Uber. So the Uber, he's watching out for the Uber on his phone. Meanwhile, these 2 girls are getting very flirty with Keanu Reeves. And like I said, Keanu is a father in the film. He's a family man. But these 2 psychos, these 2 bitches. And what I mean, the characters, okay? Let's separate actresses, the characters. The characters are bitches. The characters are psychos. The characters are whores. But getting back to what I was saying. These 2 girls are getting really seductive and flirty with Keanu. And in the first 30 minutes or whatever, Keanu's, trying to avoid them. And, being resistant. I'm like, resist! Resist! Keanu, come on, you can do this. Resist! Don't give in to these psychos. These whack jobs. Keanu, resist, damn it. But, of course, Keanu gives in because at some point, they're starting to, when the Uber guy comes to the house, they don't leave. Keanu finds these two girls in the shower, and they won't get out of the house. So Keanu goes up in the shower. Well, not into the shower, but goes into the bathroom where they're naked, and they corner Keanu, suck his dick right there. At first, again, he's resistant, but he gives in to these two psychos, these two psychopaths, and they're sucking Keanu's dick, and he gives in. And the next morning, he wants them to leave, but they're in the kitchen, and they've trashed the kitchen, and they're making pancakes while watching Family Feud, the old Family Feud with Richard Dawson. And, from that point, these, characters, they won't leave. These annoying chicks, they won't leave. And they're, harassing Keanu. And it gets to a point where they threaten Keanu because they tell him, okay, you could serve 15 to 20, for being a pedophile. Have you ever seen To Catch a Predator? And then Keanu's like, they're not going to believe you're 15. I'm like, these characters never mentioned they're 15. And, they're 15? These chicks, these psychopaths are 15? Bullshit! Bullshit! The actress that played... Let me pull up this cast here. I'm not going to edit this out. This actress, give me the cast, please. You have Lorenzo Izzo as Genesis, and this other chick, Belle, the blonde one, played by Ana de Armas. And we're supposed to buy and believe they're 15? Give me a damn break. Even I believe the actress that plays Genesis, we're around the same age, me and her. 15 my ass. And again, I'm talking about the characters. Let's make that straight. Let's make that clear. I'm talking about these characters, not the actresses, the characters. So we're supposed to buy and believe they're 15? Yeah, right. And Keanu's 23. Which it's funny, they've mentioned that, he mentions that his age is 43 in the film, and they're like, oh, you're 43? I can't believe that. No shit, because he's 50 in the movie. He's damn immortal. Don't you know that Keanu Reeves has been around since the damn Dark Ages? He's the real Highlander. Of course he's, at this point, 50 when he made this movie? Of course he looks like he's 30. But, his character's 43. Like I said, in reality, when he's 50. But that's aside from the point. And, like I said, these characters won't leave. And they're threatening Keanu. And it gets to a point, long story short, where they're playing games with Keanu. They knock him out. They take him hostage. They tie him down to a bed. They rape Keanu. Like, they have him tied down to a bed, and the blonde chick is raping him, and giving awkward dialogue, calling him daddy. And the Genesis girl chick, they're threatened to. There's this one scene where they're giving Keanu a blowjob, and they're about to FaceTime his wife, and he's like, "No, don't do it." And then later on, you got. I forgot about the one character because Keanu's wife in the film does sculptures, artwork, and this one guy that works with the sculptures, he finds that Keanu's been tied up and he's in trouble, but he doesn't rescue Keanu. He goes outside back to his sculptures, and these two chicks are tearing apart the sculptures and, tearing it apart with sledgehammers and, busting up the statues. And he's worried about his statues, not Keanu's character, but the statues. And because that character has asthma, the two chicks stole his inhaler, and they're playing monkey in the middle with this character. And the sculpture guy, turns the wrong way, and he falls, and he hits his head, and he dies. Yeah, that's the movie. That's what happens in the movie. I saw the movie. Um, Again, Keanu's tied up, and that's when you get later on the scene where, they're torturing Keanu. They're playing this game, this stupid game, and they're torturing Keanu where he's tied in the chair, and they got the headphones on him, and they're torturing him with static or something. And then you got the whole, free pizza thing, the free pizza bit, where he's like, you fucked me, you sucked my cock, you sucked my cock, both of you sucked my cock. It was free pizza. It was free fucking pizza. And I'm like, Keanu, what are you doing? This is Nicolas Cage level bad. And even, like, you would think at moments Keanu would try to fight back. And he doesn't. It's either he stumbles or he trips, and that's how they catch on to him. It's like, man, Keanu, why don't you fight back? Hell, even, and to steal this from Rambo After Life, because I know he did a rant on this not too long ago, but yeah, I'm like, I keep thinking of the movie Misery while watching this film. I'm like, even Paul Sheldon, being in a wheelchair, he fought back. As, where he had injuries from the wreck, and then Kathy Bates, breaks his legs, and he's in a wheelchair. At least there's moments where he fights back. Keanu Reeves in this film, and I know I'm pretty much telling the whole film, but fuck it. Keanu, his character in this film, he's an idiot, he's a moron, he's a ding-dong dipstick milksop. Because he's that much of a dunce. Again, he's a ding-dong dipstick milksop. Because he can't fight back for some reason. He can't throw these chicks off. Do what you have to do. Keanu's character. Didn't you watch, maybe you should watch Misery. What would Paul Sheldon do? Paul Sheldon, what he did to Kathy Bates at the end of Misery, took her out, and then with the burnt up script, took the ashes, and he's like, take this. Again, at least he fought back. Paul Sheldon fought back. And his character was in a wheelchair. Keanu, he can't help but be seduced by these two whores. But that's the story, pretty much. That's the plot. And again, I know I probably described the whole film, but that's this movie for you. Knock, knock. Keanu Reeves in the film. He's embarrassing. He's bad. The way he delivers lines in the film, especially the whole free pizza bit. Where he's talking about, you sucked my cock. Both of you sucked my cock. It was free pizza. Free fucking pizza. I'm like, Keanu, man, this is bad. Hell, his whole speech in John Mnemonic is better than this. That's more entertaining. I want a club sandwich. I want a cold Mexican beer. I want a $10,000 night hooker. That's more entertaining. This is not entertaining. Now, if people say that it's so bad it's funny, okay. But this is not good. This is not good, Keanu. This is bad Keanu. Bad Keanu. Calm down, Keanu. And again, his acting's not the best. Even in the beginning, you have some parts where he's with his family and his kids bring him a chocolate cake and he's like, oh, chocolate cake with sprinkles, my favorite. And then kids, they put cake on his face and he's pretending to be a monster. I'm like, this is bad. This is bad. You're trying too hard, Keanu. I mean, and like I said, the Uber guy comes, but he leaves because the girls won't leave his house. And I know, one thing that people have said out there, that, oh, Keanu's character, he deserves it. Bullshit. But to me, that excuse, Yeah. Okay, his character being tied up in the bed and him getting raped by the blonde girl, the blonde chick, the psycho that is giving off weird dialogue and role playing like he's her daddy. Again, he's tied to the bed, getting molested, raped, whatever term you want to use. But his character deserves it. Get that fuck out of here. Again, for the people that say that, bullshit. His character deserves it. He's an idiot. Again, he's a moron. He's a dipstick milksop. His character, Keanu's character. But deserved it? Get out of here for that. Because, think about this. Even if you are a married man, father, and you have these two chicks come to your door, soaking wet from the rain. They want to come in, borrow the phone. I think you would let them in. Where if you're married, father, let's be honest, especially if you're a guy, you would let these two chicks in. Don't kid yourself. Come on. Oh, Keanu, his character deserves all of this. And you wouldn't do the same? I can see why, I wonder why Keanu did this movie. Maybe Eli Roth, because I think that one of the actresses was married to Eli Roth. So maybe Keanu saw this film as, okay, I get to have a threesome with two chicks. I can just take a break from the John Wick films and sit back. Throughout the film, I'm being tied down to a chair. Or there's scenes where I'm getting tied down and raped by these two girls. So I get some threesome action. Heck yeah. I could see why Keanu did the film. And, again, Eli Roth, I haven't really seen a lot of his stuff, but this movie, and, by the end of the film, they get Keanu back by, burying him in the ground, and all you see is the neck up. They bury him to his neck, and he has a gag around his mouth, and they're getting ready to kill him with a piece of statue, and they slam it down, and they don't kill him, and they're like, oh, this is all a game. And Keanu, him being gagged and saying, it is a little bit funny. Again, when he's buried to his neck up, and he has this gag around his mouth, and he's like, it was all a game? It was a game? And then they put the iPhone in front of Keanu, because they have posted on Facebook of him getting raped in the bed, tied up. He's like, no! Ah! And then the girls leave. Now, I do know there is an extended ending, or like a revenge ending, that you can find on YouTube, where the girls are doing this to another guy, and Keanu shows up, puts on some gloves, and he knocks on the door. But that's, but then it cuts away. You don't really see anything. So you could have gotten some comeuppance for these two girls, but, again, that was the extended ending. So even though it says right here, the DVD and Blu-ray releases included an alternate revenge ending, sort of a John Wick 2 ending by director Eli Roth. Evan is planning to have his revenge by tracking down the two girls via a mobile app, the Pet Tracker, because I forgot that they stole Evan's dog, right? But director Eli Roth felt the scene resembled a slasher movie, so it was cut. So, but yeah, there's something on YouTube where you can find that there's more to the ending, or again, an extended ending that never made. But again, you don't really see anything. These two girls, these two psychos, they don't get their comeuppance. And again, because again, I know that I said this already, but For the people out there that say that his character deserved it. Well, if you look at Misery, did we root against Paul Sheldon? No, we wanted him to break free, break out, and fight back against Kathy Bates' character. We didn't root for Kathy Bates. We rooted for Paul Sheldon. Now, I know you can say these are two different films, but Keanu should have fought back. And again, it doesn't help that his character's an idiot. He's a moron. He's a dunce. He's stupid. He's thinking with his head down here, not up here. He didn't stop to think for a second, hey, I'm John fucking Wick. Or, he could have just braked out. He could have just knocked him out. But we're going to, like I said, they threaten this character, you're a pedophile. And even after they say that, or, say that Keanu Reeves' character is a pedophile, he gives them a ride to whatever. I'm like, man, Keanu should have just went Paul Sheldon on these two psycho bitches. And again, his character, his character's an idiot. I keep saying that. But at the same time, his character was tied down to a bed while the blonde chick rapes him. So again, I don't know what else to say with this movie. This movie sucks. Is Keanu's worst? Yeah, it's easy. It is Keanu's worst. And as for these two actresses, these characters, didn't care for. A lot of the times in the film, they're annoying. They're trashing up his house. They're trashing up his kitchen and making pancakes and watching Family Feud. They're torturing Keanu, but Keanu's in the wrong here. They're torturing him, having him tied down to a chair. Why didn't they just leave? Early on. If Keanu's so bad here, and then later on in that extended little scene, they're doing it to someone else. You can find this on YouTube. So they're going from house to house and doing the same thing to every, father, family man. So it's their MO. Again, you see that in that scene. Just check it on YouTube. There's another guy that's doing it too. Maybe these two psychopaths, whack jobs, are the problem. And again, I call out the characters. So let's make that distinction. Because these characters are annoying twats. And this movie can suck my cock. So, yeah, Knock Knock is, like I said, Keanu's worst. Hands down, no question about it. Worse than Babes of Toyland and all those other ones that I've seen. A few of them, more so back in the day, that Keanu did. I understand he's just starting out. You're going to make a couple of duds when you start out. But this? And he just, year before, made John Wick? What? Keanu, I understand you want to get laid by these two women. And again, maybe that was just your reasoning for making this movie. That, I get some threesome action with these two chicks. And I'm being held hostage in a stupid scene where they have, when he's tied down, they're trying to give him a haircut, a bowl cut. Damn this movie.